On this how to cut Pavestone porcelain paving video, I'm going to demonstrate not only how, but that you can actually cut very thin slices off the edge by having a little patience and using the right equipment. I will show you how to do this cut using a 9-inch electric grinder that's fitted with a porcelain blade. The overall method for the cut is the same as all porcelain cutting, which is to score the line first. Next, the all-important tension relief cuts must be done at each end of the slab. These cuts need to be around 50 to 75 mm long, and they must go right through the thickness of the slab. As with all narrow cuts, a bridge saw, sometimes known as a table saw, is the best way to achieve a professional finish. But for a small project with only a handful of cuts to do, an electric grinder works fine, it just takes a little longer to do. An example of why you may need to do this type of cut is that you could have slightly mismeasured a cut and you need to take extra off to allow a consistent grouting gap across the patio. Remember the golden rule, measure twice and cut once. As this is a very thin slice that I'm cutting off, I find the best method is to pass the saw through the slab twice to about the halfway point. Then I'll move my body forward to about halfway across the slab, and this allows me to pass the saw twice through the second half of the slab without any excessive stretching to reach the end of the cut. Excessive stretching with any handheld cutting equipment can cause the blade to snag, and this will crack the thin slice. You will see that after just 2 passes of the grinder, the blade is already over halfway through the slab. And it's important with this cut to allow the saw and the blade to do all of the work. Avoid forcing the equipment through the slab, as this may cause the cut to break. As we finish the second pass of the cut, I know that the blade and the slab are both getting really hot now, so I must give them time to cool down, and at the end of this pass I will carefully put the grinder down and leave the cut for a few minutes until the blade and the slab have both cooled down. Okay, so everything is now cooled down and I can continue with the cut. This is the third pass and extra care is now needed, with an extra tight grip of the grinder to avoid any movement sideways of the blade. You'll also see me move my feet and body upwards towards the middle of the slab to make sure that I'm not doing any excessive stretching to reach the end of the cut. As you can see, there's a very small piece of slab that's just come away from the underneath of the cut. This can sometimes happen, and as we're going to be discarding the cut piece, it doesn't really matter. So I'm now on to the fourth and what will be the final pass of the slab. My experience tells me that this thin slice is going to come away from the main slab any time, so extra care is now needed to avoid damaging the slab. I'm keeping a really firm grip on the grinder now, as I do not want this cut to fail at this point. Sure enough, as I get near the end of the cut, you can just see that the thin slice comes away from the slab in one piece. And there it is, a successful cut of 5mm off the edge of Pavestone porcelain paving. For more installation hints and tips, visit the website pavestone.co.uk.